What's up guys, it's your girl B-Marshe. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then welcome. If you're a repeat guest and you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? And show your girl how much you love her by hitting that like button, all right? Let's get into the video. I'm doing today Love and Marriage Huntsville. I got really excited about it, you guys. I heard I've been talking about it a lot. I even got my makeup on today, girl. She looking cutesy, fancy, yes. Lips. Little lipstick on, you know, I'm trying to look cute for you guys, okay? I got a little something, okay? But let's get into the video, all right? Love and Marriage Huntsville Season 3, Episode 1. Okay, so we do a flashback of what happened last year, and as you guys know, last year we had Martell and Marceau falling out. They did Melanie and Martell's divorce. Actually, I thought that this year they're gonna do the divorce like we see them go through the divorce, but I'm guessing last year was us watching them go through the divorce, so this year we are seeing them actually officially divorced. We also see the Scotts building their homes on their own land, and how Kimmy's not wanting to move over there because I don't want to move over around my folks. I mean, would you really want to live next to Tisha and eat? No, I would not want to either. And then we also see Kimmy and Tisha having issues that nobody knows why they have issues. They just have issues. But let's get into today, what's going on right now. And oh, they have a new intro, guys. I love the new intro. It's very cute. I'm not feeling Melody and Martell's outfit in the intro. Melody did a little too much with the outfit. Her hair was popping, and Martell always looked like a country man. He needs a good stylist. Like, he can tone it down on some of them patterns. He doesn't know how to put them together. Hire me, honey. I'm actually a really good stylist, even though I don't dress like it. Anyway, let's go into the show. So we see Scott's Manor, and it's still dirt. There ain't nothing there. Apparently it's been raining too much for them to actually get any progress. They can't get the foundation laid because there's just too much rain. It's too slippery. We see them trying to get up the hill, and they can't even make it with their tires. They can't even get up there to look at the land. So that's gonna be being pushed back onto the back burner until it dries up. Marceau and Maurice, there's so many M's, are near the site, and they're talking with their Uncle Mike about the plans for Scott Manor. Y'all know Tisha wants to move into Scott Manor as soon as possible, and Marceau wants to get her there as soon as possible, but she keeps changing the plans. And the more you change the plans, the longer it's going to be pushed out for them to actually get the products in and get what you want and lay the foundation. So he needs them to do this as soon as, oh my God. Lights just went out in my house. Jesus. Okay, the lights just came back on, so let me hurry up and try to finish before hopefully they don't click back off. There's a lot of thundering going on in Texas right now, so whew, okay, let me hurry up. Where was I? I said, oh yeah, the plans, Tisha keeps changing them. So Marceau wants to look at the plans that Maurice wants to see the plans for Marceau's house because he wants to outdo him because they're always in competition with each other. And Marceau was like, Kimmy about to let you move here? He's like, let me. He's like, well, I'm just trying to say she's not going to approve you moving to Scott Manor. So why are you trying to make a house in Scott Manor? Like, Maurice says, why would she want to live next to a person that she has a strained relationship with, referring to Tisha. And Marceau was saying that Tisha feels like, you know, Kimmy didn't have her back. And Maurice is saying like, well, Kimmy doesn't understand why Tisha has an issue. Nobody understands why Tisha has an issue. She's gonna try to explain it again, but again, it still don't really make sense. They talk a little bit more about the girls and how they need to communicate, basically. Then they go over into the Steve Harvey Strawberry Letter interview where Martell is apologizing to Melody. It wasn't really a good apology. He didn't really take any accountability for what he did. He never does. Even Marceau says Tisha and Martell's communication is very similar. They react instead of actually looking at the situation fully and then looking at everybody's side before they start to react. They just hear what they want to hear and then attack. Let's move over to Melody's confessional. Melody looks really good in, well, not this particular confessional. This confessional, she looks terrible. Like, I did not like it at all. I was like, girl, this is not good. Her second confessional, she looks much better. But she's at home and Destiny comes by to visit. Her and Martell is officially divorced, like I said in the beginning. Melody reflects what she doesn't want to do in her next relationship, but for right now, she wants to be single and focus on herself. I think it's a good idea for her to be single, even though Melody is a beautiful woman. Oh God, hold on 1 second. She back, my bad. I had to turn off that stupid alarm that goes off whenever the lights go out. Where was I? Oh, Melody needs to be single for a while, even though she is a very beautiful woman. I mean, she is gorgeous. To say she has 4 kids and look like that, baby, I don't want to look like that after I have 4 children. But she has had a strange relationship with Martell for the last, what, they were married for what, 20, 12, 15, 16? I can't remember how long they were married for, but they were married for so long that she do need to learn how to be by herself for a little bit before she hops into another relationship. Let's see. Destiny says that her and Kimmy went to lunch, and Melody was really happy about that since they didn't have a really good relationship last year. As we all know, the whole "your husband makes chicken" comment really rubbed Destiny the wrong way for some unknown reason, because it wasn't shade. It was just a simple comment, like, that's what I know him as. I don't really know you guys. So they finally got onto common ground, but I don't think that Destiny's really all that open about it. I didn't like Destiny the first time she came on the scene, but second season I did like her. But from looking at the previews, I'm probably not gonna like Destiny again. So I'm gonna be preparing myself to what she does this season. Destiny says that during the conversation, Kimmy kept asking about personal stuff, and we flashed back over to the lunch dinner to see what she's talking about. And all she asked was about LB, that's what they call LeBeric. And people have been asking, you know, are they okay? What they doing? They haven't really seen him around her. Like, what's been going on with them? And, you know, Destiny kind of kept it casual, like, oh, everything's fine. Everything's what it should be. But so when they go back over to Melody's house, she says, you know, spilling some of my tea, you do know I'm officially divorced, right? And Melody's like, what? You guys got divorced? Yeah, she completely got shocked. And in this confessional look, Melody looks much better because it has like this beautiful red hair. She says that she's a little hurt by it because she knew they had problems, but she didn't know their problems were that big. But she's a little offended that Destiny didn't tell her that they were having so big of problems that they're about to get divorced, because she wanted to be there for her like Destiny was there for her during her divorce. And Melody asked her, like, how long have they been divorced? And she says it's been almost a month. And that is definitely when Melody is like, why didn't you tell me? And basically Destiny was saying that, you know, she had enough going on. Melody had like the single coming out. She had all this stuff going on with her and Martell. She didn't feel like putting all her problems onto Melody. And Melody's like, I'm your friend. You're supposed to put your problems onto me so I can help you through it. But Destiny just wanted to do this on her own. She wanted to do this divorce on her own without anybody else influencing her. She's wanted to get through it herself. But now that she's telling people that are divorced, everyone was like, oh my God, are you okay? What happened? She's like, I'm fine. Like, I've gotten over this situation. But I see both sides. Like, yes, tell your friends. But if you need to get through the situation by yourself, I completely understand. It's your marriage, your divorce, and you needed to do it yourself. She even tells her, like, when you signed the papers for you and Martell to get divorced, you were basically heartbroken. You were having a hard time signing the papers. But when I signed the papers, I felt relief. Like, I felt like, you know, finally it's over with, it's done with. We all seen last year how he wasn't really around. She said he wasn't really helping with the baby. So I think they didn't need to get married. They were already living apart for so many years, and then finally they're together, they moved in together, they have a baby. I think it was just a lot for them and for their relationship, and they didn't need to be married, and they got divorced. So hopefully they'll make great co-parents. let's move over to Maurice. So Maurice is having a really cute conversation with his daughter about some chips that she wants. And he's like, okay, well, show me the chips that you want. She's like, okay, well, they're like this and this and that. Okay, well, why don't you just go do some research, then come back and show me the chips that you want. She's like, okay. And so Kimmy walks in, I think he's on the phone with his daughter, and she's dropping off food for him. Apparently, Tisha has been really busy and she's been going to school. So Kimmy has been preparing meals for Marceau. I did not know this, but Kimmy is a professional caterer. Did not know that. That is something new. I just thought that she was a nurse, but apparently she's a caterer on the side as well. He wants Kimmy to plan a party for Tisha for her graduation, and Kimmy says no. Like, why would I do that? Me and Tisha has problems with each other. We flash over to Tisha, and she's shoe shopping with her cousin, and she tells her about the surprise party that she overheard Marceau trying to plan. Marceau thought this surprise party was a surprise. Well, yeah, he talks too much apparently, and she already heard it. So she told her cousin that she could come to the party for her graduation since they can't go to the graduation itself. In Tisha's confessional, she says that she's over everything, and she's getting her second master's degree, and she's looking forward and not backwards. The cousin asked her about her and Kimmy's coming to the party, and she said it's a possibility since Marceau and Martell are best friends, but she doesn't talk to Kimmy no more about Scott Manor. This whole Scott Manor and wanting Kimmy to move there, I don't see why she really wants Kimmy to move there. I get it. Most of the family is moving there. It's supposed to be a big deal of them building houses on their own land with their own equipment, with their own, companies. I get it. It's a great Black moment. It's a great movement to have your own, basically your own little area. I have family that does that as well. Okay, I have quite a bit of family who has their own land. They built their own houses on their own land. I get it. It's a great moment. Don't mean that you have to live on that land. Kimmy is not comfortable with Wanda. She's not comfortable with you right now. She's not comfortable with most of the family, apparently, on Tisha's side at least, because we see that at the party. And why would you want to live next to her? You have problems with her. Tisha is so confusing sometimes. Anyway, Tisha just says she wants to be in a good place with everybody, and she doesn't want to keep bringing up the past. Okay, remember that. Back over to Kimmy and Marceau. She says she's not about to extend an olive branch to Tisha because that's what Marceau said. This could be your way of extending the olive branch. Why do I need to extend an olive branch to this grown woman? Why would I do that? I don't need to do that. I didn't do nothing wrong. I told her how I felt. I told her what I want to do, and she doesn't like how I'm moving. So if she don't like how I'm moving, fuck it. Like, I'm not about to sit here and console her little feelings and rub Tisha's little feelings. No, I'm not doing that. In the confessional, Kimmy looks beautiful, by the way. I love her confessional look. It's this beautiful green. It's probably the best confessional looks out of all the girls. She's upset when Marceau keep asking her to do something for Tisha because she's like, I'm not a friend, apparently. But what happened to everybody coming and telling all their feelings about how they feel about this way about Kimmy, that way about Kimmy? But y'all keep asking Kimmy to do stuff for y'all. Y'all keep asking Kimmy to do this and that. Come do this for me, Kimmy. Come do this party for me. Can you cater this, Kimmy? She basically tells them, you need to call Wanda. Okay? Call Wanda. And he's like, I don't want to call Wanda. She gonna be out of town anyway. She's like, how do you know that? When's the party? He's like, whenever she's out of town. Like, he don't want Wanda there. And I can understand why. And she's like, besides, she can't cook. I don't like the way she cooks. I like the way you cook. Eventually, Kimmy gives in to his request and says that she will help, but she ain't doing everything. So you need to get somebody else to help you because I ain't doing everything. You better cook too because I ain't doing all this, okay? Let's go over to Martell goes and visits Destiny. He says he's looking forward to the future after his divorce. This is new beginnings. This is a new territory. So he seems pretty content with the divorce, which is good because last year he was acting like a madman. So I'm glad to see he's looking and sounding normal for right now, because we know Martell. When he gets into the store with Destiny, she does bring up the IG posts that he made. We know where he talks about all 5 of his children. And she thought that maybe it was too soon. You know, he was being very insensitive. I'm never gonna tell a man not to claim all his children. He has 5 children, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to claim all 5 of his children. And I'm not about to sit here and be like, well, don't talk about the other baby, because he has another baby. It is what it is. She does say he needs to take baby steps in that process, but I'm thinking, like, look, everybody in the world who watched this show know he has another child on the side. So we need to just go ahead and acknowledge that child and not act like this is big secret, because the baby's there. The baby ain't going nowhere. The baby is there. Let's go ahead and acknowledge that baby. How he did it probably was like, you probably could acknowledge that baby when you were having that baby in your arms. Not with your other daughter in your hand. Maybe it was the picture you chose. Shouldn't have been that picture. Maybe it could have been another picture. But I get it. You still need to acknowledge your child. Okay, cool. I'm gonna let you slide on that one. They talk a little bit more about this new products that he is bringing into her store. We all know that Destiny owns a hair store, like a beauty supply store, and he wants her to advertise this product. I'm thinking it's like for like face. I think he said something about face products, something like that. I really wasn't listening to what he was trying to sell. I was more focused on the fact that he says he owns the company, but he doesn't have contracts signed to say he owns the company. Destiny was a little confused too. She's like, so is this a company that you own? He's like, well, I'm gonna be part owner. She said, okay, so the paperwork's all in. He's like, not yet. She's like, so why not? Like, what are you waiting for? He's like, well, I was waiting for after my divorce. She's like, okay, so how long you guys been divorced? About a month or 2. And she's like, so what are you waiting for? Like, what are you waiting for? Why haven't you signed the paperwork if you're pushing the product? That obviously you support it, so you need to sign the paperwork if it says you part owner in it. She's like, right now you're just working for free, and she doesn't want to put products in her store that doesn't have the right paperwork attached to them. And he's like, well, I'm supporting Black businesses. This is a Black business, and you're a Black business. And she's like, yeah, I get that, but you need to get this in order. She's like, obviously he was the pinky and Mel was the brain, because that don't make no type of sense, right? So get your paperwork and your money and all that in order, because you are working for free if you're pushing a product and you haven't signed the paperwork yet. I will not push any product until I have the paperwork saying I am part owner in this. I'm making money off of it. She just trying to help you out, okay? He get a little offended too. And they talk a little bit about her ex-husband. And I don't know how they get into it, but Mark tells her that, like, it's her mouth. And that's why she's divorced. That's why her and Mel are divorced, because of their mouths. They don't know how to talk to men. And he goes on this whole little tantrum about, oh, you know, women need to learn how to be women, so they let men be men. And if you can't handle my mouth, then you ain't a real man, okay? So my only man that gonna want them is weak men. No, baby. It's the men who actually are strong enough to handle my mouth. Obviously, you can't handle this smoke, so get out the kitchen. Martell be getting on my damn nerves. He be starting it good, and then he ruins it real fast. Okay. Let's go over to Lady Office. Melody over there looking cute, baby. Honey, sitting on her desk. Well, sitting at her desk, holding her baby, okay? Doing a virtual meeting at the same time, because you know why? She's a boss. She can multitask. They're talking a little about her new business. She says she's really excited to make more music, to really build up her brand. And during her meeting, she gets someone knocking at her door, and we find out it's Chris. Yes, you remember Chris from last season, who Melody and Martell went to Chris and his wife's house, and she'd have throwing lemonade at his head because of some trifling stuff he started to say. Yeah, that Chris. Okay, he's also Martell's business partner. And Chris comes in, she ends her meeting, and she asks him, babe, what you doing here? What you want? And he says he wants to talk about the 47 acres. Ooh. you know, the 47 acres that brought this whole show together, that got everybody in the tussy for the coming back group, and Martell trying to sell the 47 acres during a divorce, but really can't move no products during the divorce because you're not supposed to do that. And it's them 47 acres it's cursed, okay? It is cursed. It's hard to, for some reason, they cannot get rid of this land. He wants to know if she's willing to build some custom homes on the 47 acres. And she's like, well, not all of it, just like a portion of it, because I think they're building other stuff over there. She's like, okay, well, she starts running down how much you guys talking about, you know, okay, when you're trying to do this, okay, you know, she's asking the questions you're supposed to ask because, you know, Melody's the boss. And she says, okay, well, do Martell know? And he's like, no, but I'm gonna tell him. She's like, well, okay, I don't want to blindside Martell because I don't want no drama with Martell. I am willing to do this, but you need to tell Martell as soon as possible before I agree to do this, because we don't need Martell coming up here wham, 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 wham. She ain't trying to hear all that, okay? They already have a very hard divorce, and they're trying to co-parent, and it ain't easy doing it with Martell. So you need to be as openly and communicate with him as quickly as possible before I jump on this project. And Chris agrees, and so he walks to our office, and we're gonna see how that's gonna go, because I don't think it's gonna go very well. I do not think it's gonna go very well. Let's move over to the graduation party. Everybody is there, including Mel. She is there as well. Teacher's father is there, but you know who's not there? Wanda. Wanda ain't there. Marcel was true to his word. He made sure Wanda could not show up to that graduation party. She ain't there, okay? Teacher's brother is talking to Kimmy. He's over there underneath the tent with her and the cousin that we sent at the shoe store. And he basically asked if her and Tisha are in a good place. She says yes. They just have different opinions. Now, the brother says, you know, Kimmy, you know, Tisha and my mom are very sensitive. And she's like, yeah, she know. But the cousin brings up how she felt about Kimmy not having Tisha's back. And she's like, well, when I did not have her back? Well, at the reunion, you know, with the whole, were you guys talking about Melody Holt? And Kimmy was like, we was talking about Melody Holt. And she says, yeah, I just thought, like, she's like, well, what'd you think? What'd you think? Like, should I not have said nothing? Like, what did you think I should have said? Did you think that we were talking about Melody Holt? And she's like, well, spit it out. Like, were we talking about Melody Holt? Yes or no? She's like, well, I think you guys was. Okay, then. So the real issue is, why did Tisha lie? Why did Tisha over there fibbing about the fact that we didn't talk about Melody Holt when we did? Okay, I can stand in my truth. The real issue should be, why can't Tisha not stand in hers? That is what we need to talk about, okay? So she go ahead and put that little cousin in her place real fast in a hurry, okay? Because why we bring up the past, Tisha? Because you still running your mouth, that's why. Anywho, we move over to Tisha's arrival. She gets there. She has a little thank you speech to everybody who showed up. Marcel gives her a beautiful watch. I don't know what kind of watch it was, but it was nice. It was a cute watch. Everyone's mingling. Tisha's family is coming for Marcel about his comment of on the other side of the tracks. You know, we on the other side of the tracks. You know how I feel about this. And you can't be talking about it. I said, look, you didn't invite Wanda, but Wanda showed up. Her family showed up and they just like us. So basically you invited Wanda. Okay, you shouldn't invite her family. That's what you shouldn't have done. Marcel cleans it up, basically said, yeah, y'all on the side of the tracks and the projects, but we were homeless. So he cleaned it up somewhat, you know. But Tisha family seen them cameras and said, we're going to give you guys a show today. We're going to bring up everything that we thought about it and do it on camera, okay? That's... Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Okay, so Kimmy pulls Tisha to the side and let her know she knows Tisha feels a way about her. And since her cousin and brother kept coming for her, because Tisha tells her that, so she wants to know what's the issue, really. Tisha says that she is clinging onto her like a sister because she doesn't have any. And she feels like Kimmy wasn't there for her like she needed to be. And I was like, what are you talking about? Kimmy wasn't there for you like you needed to be. What were you wanting from Kimmy? And Tisha basically says what she wanted from Kimmy was, I want you to come and, say, oh, come to the house and let's go out. Let's do this. Let's do that. Show me that you care. You say that you love me, but I want you to show me that you care. In Tisha's confessional, she says that her mom didn't tell her that she loved her. She did it by her actions. Tisha, you need to stop putting your childhood issues on everybody else. This is something that you need to sit in therapy with you and your mother about the fact that she could not express that she loved you through her words. Okay, because actions, yes, but you need to hear people tell you that you love you, and now you're forcing your friends to show it that they love you by doing things that you want them to do because you compare that to love. And just because Kimmy doesn't agree with you about everything, and Kimmy does say that I'm not going to agree with you about everything, doesn't mean that she doesn't love you. It means that I love you enough to tell you that you're wrong. That's all that means. But again, they're going in circles because, like Kimmy says, Tisha is spoiled. They have created this monster. Instead of checking her a long time ago, they have let all of this slide, and they let her feel like that she can say what she wants to say and us not check her about it. And she needs to have us coddle her and woo her so she can feel good about herself. And that is just ridiculous. You is grown. You was a grown woman with a husband and children, and you do not need these grown people to coddle you. That is ridiculous. And like Kimmy said, I am not about to agree with you on everything. She wants a yes person. If you want a yes person, then you need to go out there and find a friend that's going to tell you yes, 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 like your cousin doing. And instead of saying, no, you wrong in that situation. You was wrong. I like when friends tell me when I'm wrong because they can check me about myself and I can change my personality. Tisha needs some good friends. And Kimmy is a good friend, but she doesn't like the way she's being a friend to her because she's not agreeing with everything she says. And it's so annoying and it's so ridiculous, especially when Kimmy breaks the fact that about how Tisha didn't even have her back when it came to Marcel's ex-wife. I cannot think of that woman's name. His ex-wife. We saw in the past clips that we did see Tisha over there high-fiving, kikiing with the ex-wife about Kimmy. Like, you're coming for Kimmy too. So let's not sit here and act like you ain't doing stuff. You doing stuff too. And again, you want people to coddle you because you start to cry. And you think them tears is supposed to woo somebody, and they don't. All they do is make me mad and piss me off. I would have basically almost cussed her out. Like, I'm not the type of friend for her because I'm going to keep it real with you. Hurt your feelings or not, I really don't care. Like, I love you enough to tell you that you're full of it. You're full of shit. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Anywho, that was basically how it happened. Like I said, they kept going in circles. And nobody got time to argue with Tisha's logic because Kimmy has come to the conclusion that no matter what she says, what she does, Tisha has made up in her mind of how she feels about Kimmy. And it is what it is. And if I was Kimmy, I would stop trying. Whatever. I don't deal with you no more. You are my husband's sister-in-law. That is what you are. I do not have to deal with you. Anywho, that was the end of the episode, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next review. Bye, guys. Love you so much. Mwah.